Welcome everybody to ESC Fan TV. First of all, Happy New Year. Welcome to the first edition of 2019. Thank you for all your support since our very first show in late November. It feels like it was just yesterday. So appreciate the amount of followers we're getting now on Instagram, on Twitter, and all those good places. We really are growing fast, and it's thanks to you. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your support. It's really appreciated. If you'd like to be considered for a show, absolutely, it's for the fans. So just drop us a DM or write to us at info@escfantv.com. For those in the chat room, you can send in your questions. I'll be monitoring that. I see there's a few in there already. Really appreciate you supporting us. But please do click the like button and make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. It's really important. Make sure also that you'll get notified when we do go live and future live shows. We are going to ramp up the live shows from now on. We have a show on Saturday reviewing the Destination Eurovision semi-final, which we'll get onto in a bit. But for those of you watching on the download, you can listen to this show now on Spotify, on iTunes, and I'm proud to say we now are also on TuneIn and Stitcher. And we're also going to be on one or two others shortly too. So thanks for all the follows on there. Thanks for your support. And if you're not already, please do go and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram too. So most important thing of the evening, certainly important to you, maybe not necessarily important to me. I'm just joking. Who's on tonight's show? So we say a big welcome to Joanne. Joanne, hello.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Did you have a good New Year?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Didn't get drunk, so it wasn't probably as good as yesterday.
No, well, you know, hopefully you've got a glass of wine with you tonight. Martin, hi. Nice to see you. Happy New Year, all the way from his blog, of course. Let me be the one. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Yes, Happy New Year to everybody there and out there. Yeah, it was a good New Year. We'll do the traditional watch Jules Holland and then find out that it was all recorded about a month ago. But there you go. So
Happy New Year to you as well, Tom.
Happy New Year.
And
Yes.
Tristan, good to see you again. How you doing?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Good to see you too. Yeah, haven't had a great New Year's Eve really since Romania held their national final on New Year's Eve one year. That was special, but hopefully they'll do it again.
But not maybe quite as special as Festivali in Kengis, which is the pre-Christmas treat.
My favourite one.
Yeah. And finally, must say good welcome and Happy New Year to Vanessa.
Happy New Year.
How are you doing?
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Good. Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. We got away for Christmas, got some sun, even though you can't tell because I've got a pink complexion. But yeah, it's very good. Anyway, so what about tonight's show? So we promised we were going to cover Destination Eurovision. Last year, Destination Eurovision was possibly the best national final, certainly arguably the best national final. Tom mentioned at a previous show that it was his favourite. We're going to see tonight whether France have any bangers in their 2019 selection. So, I mean, let's start with last year. Let's start with 2018 now, and Lisbon and France. So going into Eurovision 2018, France were one of the favourites. Their song "Merci, Merci" by Madame et Monsieur was one of the favourites. It was in the bookies' top 5 pretty much the whole time. But sadly, on the night, finished 13th. Martin, what are your thoughts on Madame et Monsieur? Should it have done better than it eventually did?
it could have done. I think it was a song for the French. It was obviously if you knew what it was about, if you knew the lyrics, then it was a very inspirational song about this baby being born on a refugee boat coming across to France or coming across to Europe. And they had the arm waving, got the French audience at Destination Eurovision really involved. But if you didn't really know French and you saw it for 3 minutes in the final, you probably just thought, well, your basic English, O level or whatever you did at school, that they're singing thank you for numerous times. And so I think they could have made a lot more of something that somehow that the Germans did with having a screen, or the Italians did with having things on the television, to actually portray what the song was about, and just doing them singing, I think it lost something. I think that probably was why it ended up 13th. I think they could have got better. Winning, probably not, but probably top 10, yes.
And Ness, I remember you saying in a previous show that Mercy was one of your favourite songs. So how do you think they did? And do you think they could have done better? What do you think perhaps went wrong?
Yeah, I agree really with Martin. I don't think there was a lot of explanation. I mean, having heard it twice in English, you know, sung in English at the Eurovision party at Café de Paris, and then and it was sung in English immediately after it had been sung in French, or I can't quite remember, for want of alcohol, whether it's the other way around. But certainly that translation, that immediate translation, gave the song more impact. And I think with your basic, as you said, basic French at school, you are only going to think they were singing "Thank You." But it's an incredibly emotive song, and politically, I think pitched quite accurately to reflect the Syrian, you know, the plight of the Syrian refugees and other refugees that come over, you know, across Europe looking for a better life. So it was a really touching song for me and beautifully sung. I think she had one of the strongest live vocals, performance-wise, out of that, all of the contestants. So it was a shame that it didn't get up in the top 10. I was really saddened by that.
I mean, France haven't done that well over the last few years, even though they've been some of the favourites. I mean, back in 2016, Amir with Je Cherche finished 6th. He was the favourite going into the contest. Was favourite for quite some time. 2017 was Alma with Requiem. She finished 12th, and last, in fact, finished higher ultimately than Madame et Monsieur. Why do we think that is? Joanne, what's your thoughts there? What have France got to do to penetrate that top 10 and stay there?
It's a good question. I mean, I think they're trying, because I think last year's national final just proved how much they really want it. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the popularity of the song on the night, and I agree with what has been said with regards to last year. You know, all we could hear was thank you, if you understand French. And yeah, it was one of my favourites as well. In fact, I had it as the winner virtually all the way through the pre-party season, because, you know, and I love them as people as well. So I don't know. I don't know what they need to do. I think they need something special, something different, and something that appeals to, you know, and he's catchy as well, which I think is what they're looking for this time.
And Tristan, over the last 10 years, France have only been in the top 10 just twice. The first time was 2009 with Patricia Cass. And of course, I just mentioned Amir in 2016. What do they need to do to get back into the top 10?
I think, I mean, there's no reason why last year's one should have not even won. It was my favourite song. I just think the mise en scène was a little bit boring, with them just walking up and down with as has been said, not sort of any explanation about what the song's about. So I think, and I can say the same really about Spain as well. They both countries, they just need to up their game when it comes to making it attractive on stage. It's because it was a fantastic song. They could definitely also have a little bit in English, as obviously Amir's song was partly in English as well, and they got good marks for it. I mean, I know that the French can be quite patriotic about their language and defending their use of French in the competition, but I think sometimes, well, it probably doesn't. It probably gives a few extra votes because people understand what they're singing about.
And final point from you, Tom, before we get on to this year's contest.
Do you know what? I agree with what everyone said with regards to making sure that, you know, dare I say it, without using a Saturday night TV show name, they need an X Factor in order to actually win the thing. It's for a country that is trying so hard. You do feel that it's only a matter of time before they actually manage to crack it. They've just got to, I think it's just a case of keeping at it, because I think they are a country that is actually in that Eurovision consciousness. I think people anticipate what France are going to do each year now because of the entries that they've submitted in the past 10 years or so. So I think, you know, within the next 5 years, we'll probably have a French winner.
Oh, I hope so. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It'd be great to go to Paris or Lyon or Monaco. Can you imagine Eurovision at Monaco? It'd be fantastic. So this year, Destination Eurovision debuts, semi-final this week, this Saturday at 9 p.m. Central European Time. Is that right? 9 p.m. Central European Time? I think so. We'll check that out. We'll check that out and confirm by the end of the show. So we have two semi-finals.
9 p.m. French time.
I thought so. 9 p.m. Central European Time.
Yeah.
So we have two semi-finals, 9 songs in each of the semi-final. 4 winners go through to the grand final in 3 weeks from now on the Saturday night. We will have recap shows live after each semi-final and final. But let's get into the 9 songs in semi-final 1. First song, Naistro by Le Brasier from Naistro, which means the fire. He's a professional boxer. He started his singing career quite recently, as last September. Released his first song, So, on YouTube, which has currently 250,000 views. The song, Le Brasier, is filled with emotion and a powerful vocal, and ironically was written sorry, I don't know why I said that. It was actually written by Alma from France 2017, who, of course, was a Destination Eurovision judge last year. Martin, what do you think of Le Brasier?
Well, he's got a great voice. There's bits of it that makes it sound to me like Freddie and Pioneer. If you remember Hungarian song, how many years ago that was? A couple of years ago. I don't know. I think he'll stand out with his voice, but that's about it. I think there's a lot more. There's a lot of other songs in the selection in the semi-final. Just that semi-final, it's quite a tough one, semi-final 1. That will be more memorable, more noticeable. And I don't think, for me, that he stands out enough, because I had him down as when I went through it initially, I had him as a no. I've got 4 others that I would put forward to the final more than this one. As I say, it's not bad. It could get into the final, but I don't think it would actually win the whole thing. And
Ness, what do you make of Le Brasier?
Oh, he's a very serious-looking young man, isn't he? Yeah, he's got those piercing eyes. His voice, really strong. I kind of put anthemic, next to my notes. It's a very strong song, but I don't think I've heard the middle 8 or the key change, and so there isn't something very dramatic going on, in that song. So it just feels a bit kind of I think it could get boring. Is that really harsh? Sorry. Lovely version.
For him, yeah. So song 2, and we're going to try and get through this with speed, and then we're going to talk about what we think our top 4 of each semi-final is. Bilal Hassani with the song Roy, which is translated as King. He's the current favourite to win. Was on The Voice Kids in 2015. He's a social media star. He has over 700,000 views on his Destination Eurovision clip. He wrote the song along with Madame and Monsieur. He's quite famous for singing the iconic Rise Like a Phoenix. And his song King is all about self-acceptance. His song is electropop. Sounds like it's something straight out of a Melody Festival semi-final to me. What are your thoughts, Tristan?
I quite like this one. It's not in my top 4 of that of this semi. I like him. It's a nice song. I do think it's quite odd. The lyrics are quite odd because obviously he's celebrating the fact that his the way that he likes dressing up. He dresses up in sort of drag and wigs and stuff. That's his persona on YouTube, and the video is really interesting as well. So it's a lovely the full 3-minute version of him with lots of sort of footage of him growing up as a child, and obviously the song is about wanting to be accepted, as you say. But I think it's quite odd that he says "Quand je rêve, je suis un roi." Instead of "Je suis une reine." Like I would have thought that in the lyrics, when he's dreaming, he would feel more like a queen than like a king. And actually, if you did say Ren instead of wine, it actually worked better with the lyrics as well, because it would rhyme better with the next line. So I just thought that was quite odd. But I suppose Madame Monsieur co-wrote it. I don't know how much they wrote it. Probably most of it. I don't know. I think they met up by accident last September, and the song wasn't actually meant to be a Eurovision song, but they just happened to meet up and they got together and they wrote this song, and then they thought, well, why not send it in for Eurovision? It's okay. It's okay, but it's not.
Yeah. And Joanne, what are your thoughts on Noir?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Jean-Carl and Emily had quite a lot to do with this song. It's, you know, you can tell it's listenable. I can't help when I listen to it that I just start thinking of computer, and that's just me probably, but that's how I feel. And I don't know if it's what France need. I think they need something of their own identity and not something that could be perceived as being a bit of a copycat. However, I think he's a likeable guy, and it's a likeable song. Not my ultimate favourite in that semi, but I do think it's going to get through.
And let's move on to song 3, Maisie with Ooh La La. Tom, Maisie, or Juliette Maisie, is an upcoming artist in France. In 2007, she auditioned for La Nouvelle Star, a French version of Idol. Ooh La La was written by herself, features rhythmic pop beat mixed with a catchy melody throughout. It's about living and loving in the present. Are you loving Ooh La La?
I am. Do you know what? I quite like this one. It's catchy. It's got a nice hook to it. Do you know what? It's Ooh La La. It's great in my eyes. It's one of my favourites in this semi-final. I think there's real potential for how this is staged as well. I'm expecting some good things with this. I think this could do very well.
Ness, Ooh La La, does it do it for you?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Didn't like it the first time I heard it. By the second time, I was like, oh, yeah, I like this. Third time, yeah, I really like that. So, yeah, I think that could be, potentially going through to the final for them. Yeah.
I suppose the only danger there is that, based on what you've just said, if you didn't like it the first time you heard it, but you liked it the second and third time, most viewers, I guess, will have one chance at listening and hearing it. So maybe that'll play in. But, it's not one of the favourites, but it's certainly got appeal. Fourth song of the night, Lautner with Je Perds le temps, which translates as I Don't Have Time. They're a male duo, both 20 years old, Sasha and Alex. Sasha plays violin, Alex plays guitar. They met on The Voice in 2016. It's very radio-friendly, this song. It's probably one of Tom's favourites because it's mid-tempo. And it does sound a bit like Despacito in parts. Says my wife, not me. My wife says that. Just make that very clear. Despacito. Martin, are you loving Je Perds le temps?
Loving maybe a bit too strong a word, but liking it, definitely. Liking the vocals. It's nice interaction between guitars and the synth, and it's really listenable. So I can imagine they'll do it really simplistically on the stage and just play, sitting on chairs or whatever, or maybe even a bit like Madame Monsieur, with guitars. So I could see that, depends how this looks, but I could, see this being quite a success. Again, maybe not winning, but, being there in the final. Depends on how it looks, really, what they stage it, really.
And Tristan, are you a fan of this song?
I'm not really a fan of this one, I'm afraid. Like the guitars are all right. They're okay. They're quite likeable. I don't like the song, and I really don't like the ending. It gets there's sort of like this very plinky plonky sort of bit towards the end, which really cheapens the song. It starts off quite strongly, and then it sort of ends really cheap. But it's got potential to be improved, but it's not really my cup of tea.
Just going to pause.
They're the French Joe and Jake after all, because they both applied to The Voice separately and became a duo.
They are. There's great comparison. They are the Joe and Jake of France for sure. Just going to pause there and just say there's a couple of comments in the chat room. Michelle says, "I hope France win because Philip and me can get the ferry from Hull." That's nice to know. Must be cheap tickets. Good to know. Kieran says, "I agree. I think France will win within the next few years. The broadcaster is taking the contest seriously, and it shows in their social media campaign and their performances in recent years. Can't agree more. Can't agree more, Kieran. And finally, Tom says, "Wa will be the French winner for sure. And even as a Norwegian, I really like your channel." Well, Tom, we really like you too. Thanks for your comment. And Orion says, "Hi, Orion. Thanks for joining."
Hi.
This song of the evening, Florina with In the Shadow. She's currently the second favourite. Florina Perez is a YouTube sensation. She started with covers, then released her hit single Va Va Viz in 2015, achieving 1.3 million views. Wow. Silvio Lasconi is the songwriter, was also the executive producer for Amir's song in 2016. It's bilingual, has French verses with English chorus. What do we make of Florina, Tom?
Do you know what? This one for me has what I call icebreaker syndrome, in that I've listened to it twice, and the tempo of the chorus and the tempo of the verses has quite a jarring kind of break, and therefore, yeah, I just don't like it. It just jars too much. I like the chorus by itself. I like the verses by itself. As a package, it's just not doing it for me.
Joanne, give us some good news. Tell us you love it.
I do love it. I get where Tom's coming from, because there are two different, almost like it changes pace. But I think that's the appeal. She's a really good singer. She's an excellent singer. She's got a lovely voice. She's very pleasant to watch and look at. Very Alma-like in the way she looks. And I don't know. I just think that the French are going to love her. Whether she wins, I don't know. I think she's going to make the final, and she's certainly my favourite.
So the sixth song is Isat with Como un Grande, and Isat is 29 years old. Sengalo, a Mauritian singer, started to sing as a child. Her musical style is hip-hop, R&B, and soul. She's inspired by Aretha Franklin, Missy Elliott, and Mary J. Blige. Como un Grande is a strong song with a message talking about the position of women in society today. It's energetic, impactful, and up-tempo. Ness, are you loving Como un Grande?
No.
Oh.
Really? My notes are
Hashtag awkward.
Sorry, my notes say no, too busy. It's too busy a song. Too much going on. Don't like it. Too strong. Move away from the feminist.
Martin, we're moving away from this. She's too negative on this song.
It's not going to get any better. I was liking Sweep above Message Head Acting. Yeah, I like the music for this song, but it's all about the electronic tweaks than her voice, and it gets a bit overpowered. But very nice to see being outstaged by a puppet. There you go. But yeah, I don't particularly like it either. So I've got no down here as well. But I like the music.
Tom in the chat room says, in relation to the In the Shadow song by Florina, icebreaker syndrome, haha, not the best sign. And Orion has commented, Florina's song is great. I've got to say, I disagree with all of you. I think Florina's song is one of the best. Song 7, Shamina Bardi, I have no idea if I pronounced that right, with La Haute. Is the third favourite, means the best. Shameen is a big name from the French music circle. She's 36. First noticed in 2002 in Pop Stars, although eliminated in the earlier rounds. 2003, she topped the French charts with Entre Nous. Was in the third season of Dancing with the Stars, which is our equivalent, or their equivalent of Strictly Come Dancing. The UK equivalent, I should say, has performed in Cats. The song is a deep but positive song filled with a moving melody with a very interesting beat. Tristan, are you loving La Haute?
No, I find it quite old-fashioned, to be honest. It's and her voice is very harsh. There's not very much warmth to it. I think it would have been better with someone with a stronger voice, someone like Amandine Bourgeois or someone like that singing it. But I think it's going to do very well because she's such a huge star in France.
Yeah.
I really disliked it when I first heard the snippet, Then when I heard the full version, I liked it a little bit more. But it's not. It's definitely not in my nowhere near my top.
And Tom?
I quite like this one. I think it's quite anthemic. I think it's got quite a nice beat to it. I think it's got quite a nice tune. I disagree with her not having the right voice for it because I think it works. However, there is one caveat, one danger. The chorus is almost in danger of becoming Mercy Part 2. Because if you listen to the repetition of La Haute as it goes on, you can almost feel sort of like this kind of action just kind of going on. And whilst I think it's going to do well, I think it would be a mistake for it to win. I think they need something different.
Song 8, Sylvain Areg with Le Petit Nicolas, Little Nicholas. Little Nicky. Sylvain's 39, is of Armenian descent, lives in Lyon. In 2016, he co-wrote an Homme de Bout, which is one of the most famous songs of the recent times in France, sung by Claudio Capeo. Had 124 million views on YouTube. His song Le Petit Nicolas is written after a famous character from French literature, schoolboy in the 1950s. Song's very retro. It's very traditional with an urban influence. Tells the story of a naughty schoolboy who wants to leave his village. I'm not making that up. That's how it translates. Joanne, are you liking Le Petit Nicolas? Tiny Nicky.
I am. Yeah, it's a funny way. No one knows who Le Petit Nicolas actually is. Yeah, it's Lisboa, Jerusalem all over again, isn't it? I think it's a bit of a dark horse because you know what's going to happen. The French public are going to go, oh my God, it's like we're going to vote for it, and it's going to run close but not quite win. And to be honest, it's listenable. And out of the first time I listened to all of the entries, that was the one I remembered, which is weird.
Tom?
You know what? Joanne said exactly what I was going to say. It's Lisboa, Jerusalem all over again. I mean, my notes for it, basically, it's characteristically French, which I love. However, I'll be interested to see what the rap's like on the night. Let's put it that way.
And the final song, semi-1, is Battista Acquaviva with the song Passio, or Passion. She was born in Corsica in 1984. Plays violin, piano, and I can't pronounce. I'm not even going to bother. Her music career started in 2008 with traditional Corsican music. In 2012, she met Andre Manoukian, who's one of the judges on Destination Eurovision, and he helped to record her first EP. In 2015, she took part in The Voice, reaching the semi-final. Passeo is an ethereal ballad in Corsican, considered similar in style to The Voice or even Norway 1995's Nocturne. If it wins, interestingly, it would be only the second entry entirely in Corsican. Can you guess what the first was? Yes. Back in 2011, France's a Maori with Songu. Martin, what are you making of Passeo?
I think it's going to be quite nice to have it in this sort of show as something different. It's nicely constructed, but it sounds as though it's more as though it should be in something in an opera or something not in a show like this. That's how I feel about it. I don't think it's going to really get a lot of votes, but I think it's going to look and sound, different to everything else. But I had it as a no because I don't think it's going to get through to the final. And
Tristan, wrap up semi-1 for us.
Yeah, I quite like this. It's not in my top 4 from the semi, but it's quite cheesy, chill out sound to it. Her voice is quite odd. It's obviously a kind of opera, but it was operatic, but it's got a strange sort of like Corsican wobble to it, which is an acquired taste. One thing it did remind me, her voice is very Grace Slick. If you remember Grace Slick from Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbits, very, very similar sort of register, so the same sound. But one thing the song reminded me of, and I don't know if anyone else will, is Depeche Mode's Enjoy the Silence. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. And once you hear that, and then when you hear that song again, you'll actually think, oh yeah, it's very similar. Can I have that same song, same chord structure and everything going through?
Didn't Napoleon die on Corsica? Wasn't he imprisoned and died?
Yes, I think he did. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was Eleanor.
Okay. It's a good way to end semi-final one. Thanks for that.
Right. Yeah.
Moving on, semi-final 2. The first song is Dudson with Swart and Bonfils, which is Be a Good Son. Dudson is 33 years old. In the 90s, he was a member of the group Colours. He also co-composed the song Un Homme Debut. You remember from Sylvie and Alex mentioned earlier, he's also a co-composer. So there's a bit of a link here with different people, and some of the judges. They're all, it feels very community-orientated, this national final or semi-finals. Swart and Bonfils is about a mum's advice and expectations of her son. The song is contemporary, tropical, and reminiscent of the Afrobeat genre. Ness, do you like this? Do you like Be a Good Son?
D'accord.
D'accord.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oui, oui, oui.
Yeah, oui. Yeah, I found it catchy enough that I wouldn't be upset if it got through, and won. But neither did it stick in my mind, sort of like I could recall the tune. So, because it is, as they've said, it's sort of more sort of rappy and beaty, isn't it? That's my impression of it. Does that probably doesn't make sense? But yeah.
Tom, are you liking this song?
Do you know what? I think I'll probably go with Ness's view in that I was just a bit underwhelmed by it, really. I can't recall the tune even now. It's one of those things, nice enough to listen to it. I liked listening to it. It was fine, but it's
a bit May.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Song 2 then. Simone with Tous les deux. Simone is a 21-year-old singer from Paris, released her first song in 2017, Nightbird, and influenced by Amy Winehouse, Nina Simone, and Adele. You can certainly hear Adele in this, I think. Martin, are you a fan of this particular song?
Yeah, I had this as a maybe for the final. She's got a beautiful voice. It's really delicate. It's a lovely ballad. You've really got to listen to it. And I think that might be the problem, in that you've really got to listen to it all the way through, rather than, where some of the others they hit you with what they're singing and the music. So I think this might be a bit too, seminal to actually get through, because I think it might just get lost amongst all the others, when you consider that in this semi-final you've got, beach songs, you've got rap, you've got things that are more dynamic than this one. And
Tristan?
Yeah, I think this will definitely get through to the final. It's so simple. She's got such a perfect sort of French chanson type voice, and what is so lovely about it is its simplicity, because it's just got the piano at the start. Well, the piano is the only music, and then there's trumpet towards the end. There's no other instruments at all. No other. It's just voice, trumpet, and piano. And I think that's going to really stand out on the stage. Its simplicity, and I think that's if they just have a trumpeter and a pianist on stage with her, just to emphasise the point that there are no other instruments. I think that's going to stand out quite a lot.
Yeah. Song 3 is The Divas with La Voix de Aretha, which is a song about Aretha Franklin. It's a trio. Amalia, Sophia, and Stacey all played the part as the divas in the show Priscilla, Queen of the Desert in France, in Paris. They took part in The Voice. It's a coming together of 3 singers from the Voice in different years, though. The song La Voix de Aretha is energetic and swingy. Joanne, are you a fan of the divas?
Yeah, I mean, they got a nice nice voices, nice harmonies. No, not good soul. Not particularly my favourite, and not special enough to win, I think. But if they did win, I don't think France would be winning the whole contest. So, but yeah, pleasant enough. Don't think it will qualify personally.
You think? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Yeah.
You don't think it will. Des, do you think this will qualify?
Oh, I was hoping you'd ask me about Simoon, because I really like that one. But we're on the Divas. Yeah, really like it, actually, Stu. Really like it. I think it's a really nice homage to, you know, one of the greatest soul singers ever. You know, and yeah, they've done it nicely, and all three girls can sing. So yeah, like it.
Fourth song, Emmanuel Moir with La Promesse. The Promise, famous in France. He's probably one of the most famous performers in these semi-finals. I read somewhere that they were really not expecting him to, or his caliber of singer to want to take part. But it really, yeah, a bit surprised there. He won Dancing with the Stars in 2013. He has 4 studio albums, 1 gold, 1 platinum, and 1 double platinum. He wrote the song and also the lyrics. The song is about Emmanuel's regret for hiding his sexual orientation as long as he did. So it's a very personal song to him. Tom, are you a fan of this song?
Well, we know what my views are of mid-tempo songs, Stuart, but I have to say this is where mid-tempo actually works. I like it. It is really good. I think it's a good track. I think it's catchy. Really nice hook to it. Is it going to win? I think it might do, based on its the singer's popularity as well as the lyrics. Certainly very topical. Is it going to make the final? Absolutely.
And Joanne?
Yeah, I agree with Tom. I love it. I like him. I like the song. Again, it was a song that it was really catchy. When I first heard it, I started singing the chorus. Yeah, he's a good bloke. I think it'll make the final. Hope like to see him win, if I'm honest. If he doesn't, then it's got to be for the better song. So yeah, he's a good guy. That's yeah, he's brilliant. It's a good song.
I concur. It's one of my favourites, actually. I'd like to see it do really well. Tracy Dessar's 5th with Port Aki, or Over Here. Tracy Dessar was born in India. It's influenced by R&B, flamenco, reggaeton, and hip hop. That's quite a collection. She has released various singles since 2014. It's a song sung in French, English, and Spanish. It's up tempo and encompasses Tracy's many styles. There's a line in the song which says whiskey cocktails, rum rum rum, whiskey cocktails, rum rum rum. Did you enjoy that?
That was brilliant, Stuart. What you failed to recognise is that the word cock comes up on the screen if you actually look at it really carefully.
I wasn't going to mention that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Come on.
Go on, Des. Tell us about this song. You really like this, don't you?
After I changed my tenor lady because of seeing cock on the screen, no, it's a very catchy. It's a very catchy song. It really is, and I think just for humour's sake, it will go through to the final. I don't think it will win, but good on Tracy, for all those influences. But perhaps the editing people on the video, on YouTube with the shortened version might want to reconsider for English speaking and reading people that cock might be slightly offensive.
Do you think they're going to have a video wall at the back?
What, have a giant cock
the giant cock in the back.
Possibly.
Might have to edit that bit out.
As long as people don't go cocktails like that, and then slow it down, that could be very wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But there's nothing wrong with rum, rum, rum. Anyway,
rum, rum, rum.
Martin, are you a fan of Tracy's cocktails?
I am. I didn't realise that I'd actually love French rap and hip hop, and she's got loads of attitude in the voice and delivery, and I hope it translates live onto the stage. And it could be a real entertaining watch. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's actually one of probably my favourite of semi-final 2.
It's probably the one to watch, actually, isn't it? I mean, who knows what we're going to see, but certainly it's got me excited. Song 6, moving on. Elise Philip with Madame La Paix. Began her music career under the name Elise when she launched her EP Terre under a crowdfunding project. She's had one of the 25 songs shortlisted for the Celine Dion album Encore and Soir. She got through to the final 25. Madame La Paix is indie pop in genre and features her vocal prowess. Tristan, are you a fan of Madame La Paix?
It's okay. I mean, it's quite similar to the whole Requiem and all those sort of songs. It's very, very French. I'm surprised this one's not written by Nazim, who wrote Requiem and Amir's song. He wrote one of the other ones, I think, in the competition. But this one's when I first heard it, I thought that must have been written by Nazim, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. She's going to be really good on stage, very confident. She's very much into her spirituality and meditation, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So I'm not one of my favourites.
Joanne, are you a fan?
Not a massive fan, but it's very listenable. It'd be interesting to see how she comes across on stage, because it's so French, and you've got the squeeze box or accordion, that sort of thing, and it's got really good music to it, like a sort of a good catch, a good hook that people will remember it. It won't win. I can't see it winning. However, yeah, might be one of those sort of shockers that make the final, because semi-final 2 just seem to be, for me anyway, they're a little bit weaker than the first one. So
it feels more open, doesn't it, as a semi-final?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit sort of loaded SF1, really. Yeah.
Naomi with Ma Petite Famille, My Little Family, has been singing since '99. She was originally called Alia or Anya. She changed her name to Naomi. Her first solo single was launched in 2013 on Se Connor. My Petite Family is a stripped back production. It's unique because the backing track doesn't have instruments, only percussion and voices. Tom, you were playing this earlier. I think you're a fan of this song.
I am a fan. I mean, Stuart, let's just do a quick visualization exercise here. Imagine you're sat on the beach, you got the sun lounger, you've got the cocktail in your hand. You can see, yeah, exactly. You can see all the people on the beach, and you hear this tune coming out from the beach bar. Do you know what? I love it. You're fantastic.
Selling it to me, Tom. Keep it coming. You're selling it to me.
It just reminds me of summer. I just think it's a really good summer tune. I think it's brilliant. Easily my top song of this semi-final.
Oh, very good. Ness, are you in agreement with Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but I think Ministry of Sound might have to do a remix before or Ibiza Club Classic, yeah, I think it's got potential. I'm more enamoured with some others than I am this, so probably 4th or 5th favourite. Yeah.
Song 8 is You Go with Sekima Bless, What Hurts Me. Hugo is a 20-year-old singer, songwriter, and instrumentalist. Began his career at the age of 4 as a YouTube performer, posting original songs. 2017, he released Dis-moi and opened a concert for Amir. 2016 Eurovision, of course. He composed the song. It's a pop song which focuses on the emotional struggles of a breakup. Tristan, what do you make of What Hurts Me?
I love the chorus. Chorus is fantastic. I also really like the fact that it really sounds like something that's been done really well in a recording studio. It's proper guitars. There's no sort of laptops involved, or it doesn't sound like it. It just sounds like a really well put together song. I'm not massively fan of it. But it's very moving lyrics. It's all, as you say, it's about it's not just about a breakup. It's also about him imagining his ex-girlfriend sleeping with other men. It's a very moving song. It will appeal a lot to the audience, and I'm pretty sure it'll go through. It's not in my top 6, but it will do well.
And Martin, do you see this as a qualifier?
Personally, no. It didn't do anything for me really. Out of all the others, this is probably the least memorable of this semi-final, and possibly the whole thing. For some reason, he reminded me of Max Cinnamon, but I don't know why, because he didn't have a guitar. Obviously, you got the video where he's on the roof. But yeah, so not really for me at all, this song. And
a final song. We finally got through to number 18, Gabriella with On Cherche Encore. Never Gonna Get Enough. So this is part English, part French. It's energetic. She's a 25-year-old Canadian-born singer from Quebec. She plays piano, violin, guitar. She auditioned for the 5th season of The Voice and made the quarterfinals. She's originally a folk singer, but this is very different in style. It's energetic and catchy. Joanne, are you a fan of On Cherche Encore?
Yeah, I love it. Not, it's probably my second favourite in this whole semi. I can imagine everyone's going to get up on the dance floor. It's going to be one of those that whether it wins or not, we're going to be hearing it for years on the dance floors, and it's sort of Eurofest, Eurobash. Someone's gonna request it for sure. I love it, I have to say.
And Tom, finish the 18 songs off with something positive about Gabriella.
I like this one. I do like this one. I think it's quite good. I think it's quite catchy. And I think she actually blends the whole English-French vibe as well quite nicely with it all.
So for the 18, that's the 18 songs, 9 songs on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central European time. We'll be holding a show straight after the semi-final. Come and join us. I'm going to go back to the team now for their top 4 songs. We'll start with Joanne. Joanne, give us your top 4 and what do you expect from the 18 songs, and who do you think is going to win?
I think it's probably going to either be Bilal to win, or I hope Florina. I think Gabriella's going to be up there, so she's also there. And my dark horse is Sylvian Areg. So I just got a feeling that a lot of people are going to vote for that song. You never know, it might just win.
And I'm coming to Tristan next. Tristan, tell us about your top 4 and who you think might win.
Okay, well, my top 4, 3 of them are in the first semi-final, so that's my favourite. So my fourth favourite is sorry, just a sec. Well, so my favourite one of all is I'm sorry, Vanessa, it's Isaac Commune Grande. Absolutely love it. Love the long version as well. There's a 5-minute version out there which is fantastic. Second favourite is the only one I've got from the second semi-final, which is Gabriella On Cherche Encore, Never Get Enough, which I absolutely love. And then in third place, I've got Mazzy, Ooh La La. And in fourth place, I've got, funnily enough, Sylvain Areg, Le Petit Nicolas. So yeah, I as far as which ones I think will win, I think it's probably going to be Battista Acquaviva, that Corsican woman, because she is very popular, and I think people are just going to love that. Or maybe even that guy on the guitar, Ugo, who I don't really like, but I think. So I don't think my favourites are going to win. I don't think my favourites are going to come even close. But yeah, I sat all the way for me.
Orion in the chat room says Gabriella's his favourite. So yeah, we're going to come to Martin next.
Yeah, I mean the semi-final one is my more popular one than semi-final 2. Fourth and third would be Naomi and Tracy Dessar from semi-final 2, and then I've got it between Florina and Bilal Hassani. I've got this feeling Bilal Hassani is going to actually do it. But for me, I think they're going to win. That's going to be the winner. And I think that's probably, if it was, I think I'd probably do quite well at Eurovision as well.
And Ness?
Okay, in fourth place, we have Launter. Is that how I say it? Chapaleton. Yeah.
Don't ask me. I've been mispronouncing all the names all night long.
Then I've got Simone. Then I have Tracy Deza Porqui, Whiskey Cocktails and Rhum Rhum Rhum. And then my winner will be Bilal Hassani.
Bilal Hassani.
Yeah.
Tom?
My top four, we'll go with the first three in no particular order. I think Sylvain Areg is almost a dead cert for a top four. I think for exactly the same reasons that Joanne said. It's got that really good traditional French vibe to it, as Lisboa Jerusalem had last year. I also like Bilal as well, and I think he's got a really good shot as well, and he's definitely going to be up there. Whether he can go one better than Eva did last year, we'll see. Again, I quite like Emmanuel La Promesse as well, which I think has got to be in my top four. But my winner, and it probably comes as no surprise to anyone at all, it's Naomi, Ma Petite Famille. Brilliant song.
And my top four, in no particular order, Emmanuel Moir, Bilal Hassani, who interestingly won our followers vote this week. Second was Florina, who's also in my top four. And my fourth is Naomi. Although I'm going to scratch Naomi out now. Sorry, Naomi. I'm going to put in Tracy just because of Whiskey Cocktails, Rhum Rhum Rhum. That just has to go in there. So I'm going to go with Tracy. So I think we've all got different views here. And I think, is it fair to say that the French national final this year is fairly open? Bilal seems to be the front runner right now, but we haven't seen the live performances. We haven't even heard all of the 3-minute versions. So there's plenty to play out here. So we will wait and see. So the first semi-final takes place on Saturday. We will have our show recapping the 9 songs and the 4 qualifiers at 10:45 Central European time. Do not miss our show. Subscribe on YouTube now. And also for those in the chat room and those listening to this show on YouTube and also via podcast, please go to the YouTube link and click the like button. You can rewatch us again on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and now TuneIn. I just want to say big thanks to Andy Brooke of London Vision, who came second in the Home Composer Song Contest of 2018 with the song Westport Beach. He's actually written our brand new theme tune, which will feature.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah,
well done,
real
Andy.
thanks to Andy. Yeah,
Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, he's good lad. We will debut that on tonight's show when we edit it and cut all of the cocks out. So do tune in on Saturday. At this time next week, we will have a show reviewing the ADAL from Hungary and Romania's Selecta Națională. Hopefully, some of our guests will join us again for that. Look forward to seeing you there. So I guess it's time to say goodbye. So thanks very much for joining us tonight, Joanne.
Yeah, no problem. See you soon.
Thanks again, Martin.
Yes, thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you, Tristan.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ness.
Bonsoir.
And finally, last but not least, thank you, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Come on.
I've been your host, Stuart Wilders. Thank you for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video. We will see you very soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.